Well, hello. We'll see if anybody shows up. And then we'll get a little more fully started. But we're going to be doing talking some handcuff picking or escapes, handcuff pick sets, and just kind of some general things involved with handcuff escapes. So I'll sit here and practice on these lightweight aluminum Chicago's until a little bit more pops off. Hey, Jay, wow, what's up, brother? How are you doing, sir? Doing a little bit of handcuff work tonight. It's just an easy way to practice back and forth. Sometimes you get stuck. What's going on? Usually that means I bent something. Oh, there we go. Just pick it, put it back, pick it, put it back. Yeah, that's half the game, man. It's when you've been around a little while. And what's weird is when I found you, man, I thought your sub count was way lower than it was. And then the next time I looked, I was like, oh, yeah, he's way up there. But yeah, when you've been around for a while, you have a lot of channels and pickers and things that you kind of like to watch. And it's hard to keep up with everybody. Come on. Oh, just a little bit of my wrist not going far enough to get the angle right. So back and forth, back and forth. All right. We got some people popping up. Oh, Sushi, what's going on? Sushi, that's all right, man. I appreciate you stopping by to say hey. You're getting into the handcuff game, so that's awesome. Mr. Nola Southpaw, how are you doing, sir? Oh, yeah, yeah. It's ebbs and flows. I'm trying to keep track with people, so. Yeah, Nola, I'm sorry, man. I do got to learn. I'm prone to doing this at whim. Oh, I don't have the saucer up here, do I? But it's a top hat shaped little mini coffee cup for Studini. Nod to the old magician days. Back in the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s. But, all right, so that's a pair of Chicago lightweights. We're going to talk some handcuff pick sets. So if you don't mind, I'm going to take that off. Use my hands a little bit better. That is how I practice. One hand, other hand, one hand, the other hand, one hand, the other hand. It's a great way of doing it. So, handcuff pick sets. You kind of start to learn to curate your own. And then, oh, hey, look at, speaking of Nola Southpaw. There he is hiding. He's always lurking, folks. Nola is always lurking. You just have to understand that. So, you just kind of end up with your different size bobby pins and your shims and your made shims and I don't know, what is it? It's another shim, some paper clips and all these tools that you broke and modified and oversized bobby pins and stuff. And you just kind of start collecting all the stuff that works for you. That's kind of the first thing that you start doing. But over at Southern Specialties and Hard Case Survival, they have worked with the Shacklemen Cuff Club come up with the beginner's handcuff pick set. You get these 4 pick profiles, which work on locks and rakes and raking and picking things. And you get the 2 handled shims. Oop, there's one, there's the other. 2 sizes, which are 2 different sizes of, you get 3 of these. The at Coxey's Picks designed shim for the American and European style. So we'll play with that a little bit, surely. So you got a ball, half ball, basically a hook, which we got a notched hook. It's the elephant trunk and the long reach, because you can do some swoopy attacks and some pointy pokey attacks on both the double lock and the paw lock. Different ways of doing that. I think my personal kind of favorite generally tends to be the half ball. It's a little bit ubiquitous to me because it fits into keyways a little better. The half round part swoops around and works real well, but that backside is actually a good pointy pokey if it gets in there. Only thing is about getting it into the keyway and moving it around sometimes. So really that's what it comes down to. So we're going to put these on, and then we'll go ahead and double lock them and get out of them using that half ball from the Shacklemen set. As soon as I find, oh yeah, there it is. So this is a nice little tool. So you can get, I don't know where it's at. So you can get like a long key, you know, that's just a long handled key, which is great for doing escapes and practice and things like that. But this one's actually, it just holds the key, so you can change out the key. I can switch this to a split pawl, or if there was some other form of key that would fit in this, I can put it in there. So it's a nice little tool, great little grip. Got this from Handcuff Warehouse. I don't even remember how much it was. But you can see it's like easy. It's way easier than to try to bend your wrist over and use a key. So, oop, I forgot to double lock it. Someone should have told me. All right, so we'll double lock that. I'm gonna take our half ball, and what I'm gonna do, like I said, the swoopy, so that part sticking out is gonna be underneath the rim. I'm gonna try to drag that around, hit the bar, and pop it. So when it does pop, you'll be able to see that come back. It'll look more like that. You can see the pin in there. And sometimes on some cuffs, you'll kind of move the pin but not fully pop it. Or you'll think you hear it and not actually hit it. Oh, see, it sounded like I got it, and I didn't. And that's when I start to go a little ham, and I'll bend the tool. See, I did. It's still double locked. All right. So if I'm taking my time and I'm careful, it seems to be harder. What if I just kind of, there we go. So, all right. We've popped that double lock. I'm going to use that little back straight corner in there. Get in there and pick this, even though I bent it up a little bit. Now, if it won't fit that way around the keyway, I'll swoop around the other side, get into position, and pop the cuff. As I said, I go really hard on stuff. I bend picks, I bend rakes, I bend these things. But if you take your time and you're a little bit gentle, you do a little better. You don't mess your stuff up as much. let's go ahead. Actually, we'll do the same with more of the hook pick here. And we'll do it with the Peerless again. Doing a lot of training with these, so. And then after I do this a little bit, we'll get into some multiple cuffs and a little more difficult escapes here. So once again, we're going to take our tool, make it really easy on ourselves. Push in the double lock. That's not double locked. You can still see the pin. And get in here. Feel where it's at. Should be using that side. And there it is. Hear that click? That means it was successful. Now, one thing we tell you in doing this is to find where you're going. Now, let me do this. It'll be easier to show you. All right, so to find the spot you need to hit, what you should do is you're going to put your key in there and you're going to rotate it until you hit whatever you're feeling. So right there, it's that. And then I want to know the angle that's at, where the key hits. Because that tells me that's the spot I should be getting my pick to, trying to find the pawl and pick the pawl. Similarly, hold on. There we go. And you got your going for your double lock. So right there, see the angle of that's pointed right at there. So I know that right about there is where I should be hitting the front of the bar that kicks that double lock. So that's how I know. If I don't hit it, I'm going to reset or swing around. And there we hit it. That's how I know where to get and what to hit. Alright. I do like some. Whoa. Nola, that was the weirdest comment to try to check the chat to. You should win a prize right there, my brother. That was pretty good. Alright, so let's pick out of this real quick. And then I'll put on some different cuffs. We'll talk about some more handcuff sets. Alright, like I said, I didn't want to go around that side. Oop. Get out of it that way. Alright, so for me, it's always an evolution and a genesis of trying the next thing. Also from Southern Specialties, this is their wallet case for EDC. I got my license and my debit card in there. I got some other stuff in there, insurance card and things like that. Got my always important get out of jail free card. And then on the inside, I got some EDC equipment. I first and foremost, got an array of Bogota picks and turners for picking locks and doing escapes with locks. I've got an assortment of shims, paper clips, and shim tools and things I'm working on as shims. I have another assortment of little pocket rakes and paper clips and bobby pins and picks and things like that are all useful for locks and handcuffs. And then I have this, which these are the stubby stews, which I have in the same well, including a rake. They have in the same profiles as the Shacklemen set. So go ahead and try to stubby stew out of a double lock here, and we'll do it on Peerless Hinged, right? Let's give that a try. Ha! T-Raw, that's funny. Or T-Raw the ruler, yeah. I was actually lucky enough to kind of be on a live with him briefly, and got to talk to him a little bit. He's a nice guy. Picked a few locks with him, or I tried to pick locks while he picked locks. But yeah, if he shouted me out in a video for real, that would kind of make my day. So that would be really cool. All right, so we're double locked. You see the pin's pushed in. That pin's not. Try the half ball. I got a lot less room to work with for the angles and stuff, and actually a little tighter keyway. Yeah, there we go. There's the click that tells us we got it. I'm gonna reverse it and basically do the same attack on Paul. Ooh. There we go. All right, we'll double lock and Paul pick with stubby stew half ball from Southern Specialties. My guy Aaron hooked me up with this little set as a thank you to, or not as a thank you, as a attaboy. I don't know, whatever. He was just hooking me up back when I hit 10K. So he made this happen for me. And knocking on the door at 25K. If you're hanging around, I don't normally even ask this, but jump on my page, sub me up. If you want to jump on as a member, you will get the benefit of knowing that your membership dues go to help vets. Mitten Made Lock Sport is a group I started. We support and supply and try to create a little communities for some lock sporter vets. And any proceeds I get, I don't know what's going on. Did I double lock that? No. Any proceeds I get go to doing that. So if you super chat me or member me or any of that crap, that's what I do with the money. Because I think we all need to do a little more for vets. Wow, I'm stuck, guys. At least I'm stuck with only one hand. Oh, there we go. Sometimes going lefty can be a little hard. Almost takes more practice with the left side. So there's the old stubby stew on the half ball. There's the ball. And I'm going to pull out, since if Nola's still around, Southpaw Pete, what's up? How you doing? Yeah, jump on there, hit a like, guys. Got some likes going on. I appreciate that. Half a ball. Stubby stew goes with half a ball. Still gets the job done. You know what I'm saying? Stubby, half a ball, job done. We don't let anything stop us. All right, well, I'm going to go to my go-to practice, which is 3 pairs of the Peerless 700Cs, if y'all don't mind, because I am all about practice. I'm not great at anything. I'm good at a few things. I'm trying to improve at everything. That's kind of how I see it. Hold on, let me get these over here. Uh-oh. I got something on wrong. Is that wrong? Oh. Nope, I'm good. Hold on. All right. So, do 3 cuff set. Bust out the stubby stew. Gonna go. See, nice thing about the the long reach is I can use that little bit of curve to swoop around underneath the rim, but I can also use this in a straight pointy pokey attack method. And the pointy pokey is how I'm gonna work these cuffs. Try to shoo it off my wrist a little bit. I spend more time getting them out of the way than I do getting them off the wrist sometimes, which actually is kind of cool. Let you know you're doing it right. Get that, and get that. And the best thing right there, I was trying to be slow and calm. That's how I'm not going to bend up my tool. I find the pawl, I feel it, and I just slowly kind of work and manipulate it. You walk it. If you slip off of it, you just go back and do it again. You start back over. I'll show you how that looks. As we said, you're going to find the point where the key hits on the peerless. It's kind of right about there. So I'm going to come in on that corner. And kind of looks like I'm going down a little bit to get underneath that portion. Right in there. Right there. As I get in there and it pushes it that way by getting it. So it's a little bit of that way, a little bit of that way. It's a little bit of lean back, lean that way as you go. And that's the working it, the walking it. As at Coxey's Picks likes to say. So if you want to check out some other really good handcuff escape artists, at Coxey's Picks. Guinness record holder, just an amazing man. At Not Too Dead, co-founder of the Shacklemen Cuff Club. Very, very talented escape artist. Good lock picker. Got at Deadlocks. Another guy worth finding and checking out. Just to watch his Mrs. Deadlocks give him a hard time. She does a good job. Nice comedic relief as well as skill. So that's how you're working with the long reach. That's why I like that. But overall, I still have to go with the fact that I do have a money pick. So we'll gear up for the money pick with a few more cuffs. I guess let's go 5 cuffs. There's 3. I'll do all hinged, so I got 3 peerless, and we'll pop on 2 Chicagos. I want that right there. Right? Yeah. Ow. Apparently I'll pinch myself. You gotta watch out. You can hurt yourself with these things, man. You can put them on too tight. You can catch it on the bone. I actually caught it on there when I was opening one of these, and it was wrenching my wrist so bad I thought I was going to break my wrist. So you can weirdly get hurt doing this stuff. And if we're talking about safety, we always say to have a lanyard, extra sets of keys laying around. As you can tell on my desk, I got tons of picks. I got the long keys. I got a lot of ways out. My wife's down the stairs. If I call for help, I can get help. So, all right. Pop 5 cuffs. And I'm just going to run at it with the modified tubular pick. Because that's what seems to really work for me if I want to get the hell out of cuffs fast. Angling my Uh-oh, there we go. Couldn't get my wrist down enough to get in there. So, it's a little bit different angle on the Chicago than it is on the Peerless. So I got to practice on the Chicago because it takes me a second to kind of readjust that angle and that spot. And that little bit of difference between the Chicago and the Peerless, that's how fast I'm popping the Peerless. Bang, 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 bang. Those just fall off my wrist. Hitting the Chicago, I got to take a second or two, and it feels like it's taken me forever. But I do feel like I'm popping out of them pretty quick. You guys tell me. Yes, I do have to kind of, if you guys don't mind, I'm going to take a quick moment to refresh myself a little, take a look at the chat, and then we will worry about popping on some more cuffs and doing a little bit more. Speed, yep. And I'm not speedy at everything. We got a Shacklemen challenge with where are they? Shiza. On the desk. Are they over here? Oh, I put them up here. So we have a Shacklemen challenge that got done where you're starting out with these and you're putting them on, you're double locking them, and then you're putting your hands down and you're picking up the key and you're undoing the double lock, and it's this whole routine of things. And half these cats in the Shacklemen with us are killing this challenge. They're so fast, and I cannot keep up with them. These young boys, they're just killing it. All right. Let's do a double hinged. These are the Peerless 802s. They're just the black coated. 801s are the ones that my local police, these are the handcuffs my local police use right here. I've talked to the local police about handcuff escapes. They're nice guys. Might actually be teaching a few of them how to get out of handcuffs. Well, I keep bumping the camera, sorry. We're a one camera low rent operation around here. Conky, what's up? You gonna watch this? Yeah, Conky, actually, I'm talking to some local police to actually. I think Leos need to know how to do this. You know, it's not just the military that needs the escape part of the seer, in my opinion. And I'm working on doing some of that. So, all right. You have a lot less flex, a lot less room. And if you'll notice, this is how I hold these picks when I'm coming down in there, because if I was holding it like a lock pick or like a pen or anything, I got to crank my wrist down, and I got less accessibility to angles. So getting in there like that, and you know, I might switch it up. Just I have more going on, more options for the odd angle to get in there. But if you notice, once my hand's free and I get back over here, I have more of a normal grip. If I had this on my hand and I was starting with my left, I would be doing it like that. And once I got free to my right, I would go to the, you know, something like that. So it matters what you're doing, how you're doing, the order you're doing it. You have to, if you're trying to go for speed, you got to practice. I spent the day practicing passing the pick from one hand to the other, just so the exact angle and everything was going to be right to hit the, you know, the lock as I needed it. You get obsessive with this stuff. All right. So what do we do? 5 cuffs. Let's go 7. We'll just go the hinge that I have available, or the chains, 5-chain, 2-hinge. Yeah, that's what I meant. We'll see if we can bust a decent time on that. Now, the one tip I have for people doing multiple handcuffs escapes, put them all on one wrist first, then worry about getting them onto the other wrist. Sometimes I forget that. I put 1 or 2 pair on, I put on the other wrist, and then I'm handcuffed while I'm trying to put these things on. And that's its own little challenge. So, get another one of these. And then the nice thing about doing this for me, because I don't have, 6 or 7, I only got 3 of one particular kind, is, I'm going back and forth from different orientations on the keyholes, different brands. So instead of just getting dialed in on one type of thing, it helps you practice feeling and finding what you are dealing with. All right, so I gotta try to get these on the wrist, if y'all don't mind. They're on the wrist. I might want to put them a little tighter, but I can't reach. Hold on. All right, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 pairs of cuffs. We are going to get out of these with my tubular pick. Prior to that, I'm going to take a slice of beer. And then, all right. So, before I do this, I'll check the chat. Dots, you got to get some cuffs, definitely. I was raking cuffs the other day. I figured you would be there. All for it. So, now, when you're going down the stack of cuffs, again, thing I'm dealing with and practicing with is, yeah, it's great. Here's great. There's great. There's great. There's great. I start losing my ability to, what I've gained by using this position to hit those angles. So I can waste time by doing like 1, 2, and then 1, 2, and then, doing that to give myself some room to give my, more wrist play down there. I've also tried to learn to just kind of scoot the cuffs up a little bit as I'm going. But when I'm in action, I don't really remember that as much. So let's see what I can make happen. And then the hinge don't fall out of the way as well. So you got to do a little more jigglies. I always say put your easier cuffs in the back of the run, the back 9, so to speak. That way, you just deal with the frustration at the beginning. If I'm doing like 8, 9, 10 cuffs, I'll put the very, very easy ASP Sentries as the last pair. Just a little reward getting to that last pair, man. Like, you don't want to struggle there, So, and then technically I'm free. Open is open, off is off. My hands are free. I can grab things. I can run. I can escape. I can do what I need to do. But with this many cuffs on your wrist, you do want to free yourself up as soon as you can, because it's a lot of weight. And then there's all these handcuffs on your wrist that somebody could latch you onto something with again. You don't want to have to deal with that, right? So you just want to get free and be free. See, we got into the Peerless. Clearly, I've done a lot of practice on those. So yeah, what's up? Where'd he go? Yeah, runs. Yeah, if I do escape from cops, they'll just have to look for the local liquor store, because I'll be like, man, I got away. I deserve a beer. Now, it goes without saying, I do not encourage anyone to escape from police or get out of handcuffs while in police custody. If they've put the cuffs on you, you've probably been detained legally and, by the law and all that. And don't do that because you're going to get shot or hurt or arrested or extra time or more charges. This is for fun. This is for if somebody that does not have the power of the law behind them detains you. Or some people like to do a little bit of adult fun and keys break, keys get lost. One member walks off to go get a snack and they fall asleep. So it's good to have this skill at your fingertips. Anybody got any questions? Anything I can enlighten anybody about? Is there something I can do that I haven't done? Kind of run through them. We haven't shimmed anything, so yeah, let's shim a cuff, right? Let's shim a cuff. One of these lives, we're going to do a bunch of behind the back stuff. So pay attention and stay tuned for that. We just had Coxie's picks on as a special guest. We're going to have him on again. We're going to have some other Shacklemen on as special guests. Hoping to get, there's a well-known Pyro Panda. We're hoping to get that get. If I can book Pyro Panda, it will be a red letter book. So there we go. Now what am I doing with the shim? I can actually show you with that. All right, so you see the teeth there. You see the teeth on the pawl. It allows it to go one way and not go back. But if you look at that red thing pushed down, right, there's the spring. What we're doing when we're shimming is we're putting something between the red thing and the teeth, which makes the teeth push the pawl, and the teeth won't catch, so it will slide back out as you want it to. So just do a quick little in there. Oop. You have to have it in the right spot. And you do have to keep it there until the thing comes out. But you can always stick it back in a little bit. As long as you're loosening and getting this off yourself, you can just pop it back in there and do it. You're working it. You're doing a good job. Doesn't have to be a single clean hit. And since we got this out, let's go ahead and look at, if I can get it, we'll look at a pick. So the red is the pawl. If I can get in there, push that down. Ooh, I'm going too hard, sorry. I'm looking at it and I'm feeling it. All right. There we go. It happened too quick, sorry. Get the angle right. So, see there? Getting in and leveraging that perfectly. If I get the spot right, I don't have to crank. It's nice and easy. And then, oops, supposedly, I had it. Ooh, all right. Where want it go? This thing's stupid. Sorry. It's hard to look. I'm looking at the screen and the thing at the same time, so. There, see? Can't seem to do it close to the camera. Oh, there you go. More slow, but anyway, that's what's going on there. And then, as we were talking about the double lock, Let's just show that real quick. That's the blue bar. So the yellow thing's the spring. Springs work in both of these. It's pushing this, and it's the little lock in these little latches, or these little notches on that. So when you do that, it moves from that little latch to that latch, and then it pushes that thing there, so the pawl can't be pushed down. It's not being supported by the spring, it's being stopped by that. So when you get in there and pop that, you push it back from that notch to that notch, and you release the pawl from that stop so you can use it again. Well, anyway, I wanted to jump on, talk some handcuff pick sets. Shacklemen handcuff pick set is available at Southern Specialties and Hardcase Survival. Southern Specialties is lockpicktools.com. They have a lifetime coupon code, pick me, for 10% off. Hardcase Survival, hardcasesurvival.com. You can find the set there as well as a lot of other EDC stuff. Thank you guys for coming by, hanging out. Check out all the other Shacklemen. You can check out the Shacklemen hashtag, Coxie's Picks, Not Too Dead, Deadlocks, W3OI Ray, Nola Southpaw, Dutch Lockpicker, Random Jim, people I'm forgetting. We got people joining all the time, and we're growing. So I appreciate y'all coming by and hanging out. Take care. Southpaw Pete. Southpaw Pete. These are going to be on their way to you next, my brother. I want to see some cool stuff out of you. I'll talk to y'all later. Thank you for stopping by. Peace out.